All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk about a common engineering saying, which is perfect is the enemy of good, and I'm going to have a drink. This, incidentally, is Pennsylvania Dutch pumpkin spice cream liqueur, which I picked up to review on my website. Richard Reviews Everything. .blogspot.com. I'm not rich enough to host my own website. And one thing about this particular liqueur is that it does not take the cold well. This is coffee ice, that's why it's black. But it does not take the cold well, and this has not been in the refrigerator long enough for me to have it be cold enough to drink on its own. Also, I found the glass was warm. Anyway, for every 1,000 subscribers I do purchase one of these bracelets from 4Ocean. 4Ocean pulls a pound of trash out of the ocean every time I do that. So if you be so kind as comment, like, and subscribe, you'll be doing your part for a better world. This does get a better consistency as you drink it. Regardless, perfect is the enemy of good. What does that mean? Well, it means that if you want the perfect solution, there isn't one. And waiting for the perfect solution often means not getting it done in the first place. You know, it's like I used to have this argument with my brother. I would say, you need to unload the dishwasher. And he would say, well, when should I unload the dishwasher? Well, ideally, you would unload it before I got home from work. But I'm asleep then. Okay, it's like, yeah, well, that would be ideal, but you should unload it every day. Basically speaking, we should have had the rule of don't watch TV or YouTube unless the dishwasher is empty. Which, I mean, if he had unloaded the dishwasher every 2 days, it would have been better than the amount he did unload the dishwasher, which was never. He eventually decided that he was not going to unload the dishwasher. Then decided he didn't want to live with me anymore. I was too demanding and impatient. But let me give you another example. One thing I do recall saying was that we should have cars with solar panels on them. And people said, well, yeah, but the car cannot run off solar panels. And that is true. But if you made the hood, the trunk, and the top of the car out of solar panels, you would get some charge out of it. Not enough charge to run the car, but some. I mean, it's like, look, used to be on the weekend, I would park my car in the driveway and it would not move. And if I plugged that car, I had an electric car and I plugged it in, it would be charged well before, well before I needed to use it again. So if it had solar cells and it was plugged in, it could actually start cycling back energy, and whereas this would not be a lot of energy, it would be some energy. And, if you get enough cars doing that, there are thousands of millions of cars on the road, you would eventually have something significant. So if you could build an electric car with solar cells built into it, this would be better than what we have. It would be good, but it wouldn't be perfect. And people reject the idea because it's not perfect. Set aside the idea that if you put these same solar cells on things like tractor semi-trailers, not only would it mean that electric trucks would be more practical, but the tractor semi-trailers could be plugged in while they are being loaded and while they are sitting, and the entire time they could be generating electricity. Okay, whether this is economically viable, I don't know, but do understand some places it would be useful. Maybe not every place, but some places. Another great example would be in my study, or my workroom rather. I have cat pans, litter boxes. And, I really should shampoo the carpet in there. The cats have done a number on it. And I should go in there and vacuum it all up and shampoo the carpet. But there's too much junk in there right now. So if I started now, I might be able to vacuum the carpet in 7 or 8 hours. And depending on how, like if I just threw everything on the floor into a box and moved it out of the room, it might take me an hour or two. But you want to be a little more judicious than that. You want to have a more permanent solution. So, I changed a cat box a day, despite the fact that I should vacuum and shampoo the carpets. But rather than doing a perfect job, I did a good job, because I am aware of the fact that I'm likely not going to be ready to shampoo the carpets in enough time for that cat box to need to be replaced. So that's just one of those points, is that, rather than doing a perfect job, I made the situation better. And we have to realize that, we can never do a perfect job on many of the things in our lives. But we want to do things well. For me, cleaning the house has always been hard. I'm clinically depressed. Difficult for me to keep up. But, one of the things that I do is I go through things and I find a lot of stuff to throw away. And then the things I'm keeping wind up in a box. Well, it would be better if, instead of them winding up in a box, I had a place to put them. But I don't know where I want to put them yet. So it's an imperfect job. All right? But which is better, to have a house full of things you're going to keep, or to have a house full of trash? Obviously, getting rid of the trash is my first priority, so that's what I'm doing. Hey, look. If you, using the cat boxes as another analogy, if you have 20 minutes before you have to leave and nothing better to do, and you think that you can't get the cat boxes cleaned out in 20 minutes, it's still worthwhile to do a certain amount of cleaning of the cat boxes, because that makes the situation better. Otherwise, you've wasted 20 minutes and you have stinky cat boxes. Now, I will grant you that I would rather jump in the shower after cleaning the cat boxes. Usually, before leaving the house, the last thing I might do is dishes or laundry. Why dishes or laundry? Because, throwing your laundry in the dishwasher, or throwing your dishes in the dishwasher, turn on the machine before you go, even if you get some splatter on yourself, usually that splatter isn't disgusting. Whereas if you get cat box stuff on your hands, you definitely need to wash up better afterwards. Laundry, it depends on what the laundry is, but typically speaking, if you're going to go to work, you're going to be gone for 8 or 9 hours. Washing the laundry is perfectly fine. If you are going to do that, though, typically your dirtiest laundry, what you would want to do is you would want to wash that. It's like if you've caped on stains or, you know, blood, mud, dirt, any heavy stain that needs to soak, throwing it in the laundry and having it sit there overnight, you may need to wash it again in the morning, but it's been wet all night and that stuff loosens up. So it's one way of dealing with laundry. But the point here is that you may not be able to do something perfectly. But the point is, if what your activity does makes the situation better, you should do it. But then that's just my opinion, and I'd love to hear yours in the comments below. I'm Richard.
Oogog, ergonog. Daniel Ducky say YouTube gods need long outro so I can tell you comment, like, and subscribe so that this channel can pull trash out of ocean by buying matrices from For Ocean. Also, links to new video now appear. Comment, like, and subscribe, or be cursed by Ugatha. Daniel Ducky approves.